some pumpkin painting. Me! Okay, what we need today is we need obviously a big pumpkin like this. You can have it any size. I've got a big one here. I also have a smaller one which I'm going to work on later just to speed up the process. We're going to need some acrylic paints, okay? I'm using green. I've got some green here mixed up with white and yellow just to make it real more slimy, gooey, snotty kind of green, okay? I have blue, purple and red. I also have some black, a couple of sizes of paintbrushes, big and small, some baby wipes, some white acrylic, and what else? Oh, we're going to need some water for mixing our brushes as well, okay? I think, guys, that is all we need. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to mix up our paint. So what I've done here, as I said, I've mixed up a little bit of green with white and yellow, okay? Mix that up to get the nice colour that you want, or you can just use green straight from the tube. It's entirely up to you. Now, you can use any colour you want, but I'm using green, okay? Because I'm doing this guy right here, okay? So that's what we're going to do, okay? But you can chop and change it to suit yourself and do what you want to do, okay? So, let's go. And I'll just to bring this back again. Oh, I've lost it. Okay. Right. Mix up your paint onto a paper plate. So if you have any paper plates or an old plate or something like that, I love to use paper plates because it means then that I can dump it and I don't have to clean up afterwards. Smart. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint our pumpkin. Okay? So really spread out that paint. And I hope you're wearing an apron or old clothes because acrylic paint, if you get on your clothes, it won't come off. Okay? Especially if it dries. It'll come off if it's still wet, but if it dries in, it's very, very difficult to come off. You want to paint your pumpkin there. Okay? Up and down. It's easier to go up and down than across the way because if you're going up and down, then you're able to paint in between all the little grooves of the pumpkin. Alright? So that is real fun there. Now what you can do is you can pause this video at any time to freeze it and to continue painting it. I don't have the time to paint the whole pumpkin because this is a short video, but you can pause it and I have one here that I've painted earlier, so I'm going to continue on with that. So paint away at your pumpkin here until it's all covered and all coloured in. Okay, guys? So once it's all covered in, what you can do is, I just left a wee bit at the bottom so it doesn't mess up the bottom, but you can paint the bottom too if you want. But I just thought it easier to set down if there's no paint in the bottom of it and it doesn't get anywhere and mess the place up. What you want to do here then is you want to dry it with a hairdryer if it's all wet like that. Give it a blast with a hairdryer, or you can do it the day before and let it dry. So you can do loads of these and you can have them all around your house. It's entirely up to you. So what I'm going to do is, that's a little bit wet there, but what I'm going to do is, actually, if you have a permanent marker, I'm going to mark out his face. So remember, just to show you again, I'm going to do this little dude here. Okay? Super cool. But you can make up your own funny character. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the permanent marker. I'll tidy my desk here. We don't want any happy accidents. And believe you me, I have lots of happy accidents with my water and stuff. I've spilled it all over the place. But we don't do that. We don't want to do that today. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to tilt this down a little bit so you can hopefully see. Okay. We've got the light here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the eyes. So I like to make mine real funny and give them different sizes of eyes, okay? So I'm going to do one big circle like this. Alright, and then I'm going to do another big circle right beside it, but of a different size. Just to make it more Halloween-y, right? Going to give him some eyelids, just a line across like that, and a line across like that. And then we're going to give him the eyeballs. Just go like that. And like that. Can you see that okay? And then inside part. Like that and like that. Okay? So that's that. And you can give him some expressions around his eyes like so. Okay? And I've got no space for my mouth. But we'll make space now. What we'll do is we'll get him down here. We'll get this crazy freaky little mouth. We'll give him a wee tooth. We'll give him a little side line here. Okay, so there we go. We have his funny wee face there. And we're going to get paid into that, okay? So, I'm going to start off with a little bit of white. Squirt out a bit of this onto the paper plate, just on there. And we are going to paint out here white. And take your time with this. It does take a little bit of time. Obviously, I'm going to try and go as quick as I can here. So mine might be a little bit messy because I'm going extra fast. So that's that. Spread out that white paint. Otherwise it takes too long to dry. And I'm going to get the other side. Super fun, you guys. And I'm going to put my pumpkins, I'm going to paint this one later here, this one, the bigger one, myself later. And I'm going to set my pumpkins out the front so everybody can see them, my front door. Or you can have them inside. But they're waterproof, so that's why we're using acrylics. So it's waterproof, so if it's raining, it won't wash off. Okay, so that's my white, and I'm going to do his white, little white tooth. Like that. Now you can do pointy teeth or lots of teeth. It's up to yourself, whatever way you want to do it. It's your character, it's your pumpkin. I'm just going to clean my, you can use water, but I'm just going to clean my brush with a wet wipe, which is sometimes easier. Now we're going to get some blue. And I like to add a little bit of white to my blue because it makes it a nice light blue. It's not as dark. See? A nice light blue. Still pretty cool. But it makes it pop out brighter if we add a little bit of white to it. And I'm going to give him a blue eye. This is the coloured part of the eye here. Remember, if you don't have anything now, if you're missing something, pause the video. Or if you're just going, if I'm just going too fast for you, you can just pause the video till you do one wee part and then press play again when you're ready to move on. That is the beauty of virtual art. We can do it when it suits us and we can take as long as we like. Now look at that, guys. That's the nice little blue part. Looking super cool. Okay. And I'm going to do the other side purpley blue, just to be different. Squirt out a little bit of purple. I'm going to give him a purpley eye. This side. Just checking you're all still there. So these are such fun to do. I do all sizes. I do big large ones, like this one here. Then I do medium ones, then you can get smaller pumpkins as well. And you have loads of different characters of all different sizes. They're super cool. Super, super, super cool. So I'm going to actually just wash that colour off with my water. And then dry it off with my wet wipe. And I want to get red. I think that's not the right red I want, so I want to use a different kind of red. Which is more of a pinky red. Because I want to give him pink eyelashes. Or eyelids, I mean. That's if it wants to come out. Splat! There we go. So we're going to mix a little bit of this nice crimson red with my white again, just to make it a wee bit lighter and pinkier. Oh, look at that. I'm liking that. Super cool. And pink eyelids. Now you can do any colour eyelids you want. You can do orange, red, whatever you fancy. You can do black eyelids if you wanted. And remember, you can add on all your own little characteristics to this. So you can have maybe blood for Halloween running out of his eye. You could have warts, spots. You could do a spider on it. There's so much you can do. So I want you to use your imagination, okay? That's what it's all about, using your own imagination and doing it your way. Okay, so this is this little part done now nearly. I'm trying to be as neat as I can before I run out of time. There we go, guys. Now you can always let this dry and give it a second coat if you want it to be stronger. That's what I do sometimes, but obviously I don't have the time now. So that's that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a wee bit of black. So squirt out a little bit of black. Not too much. We don't want to waste any paint. So just to show you so far, this is what we've done. Okay. So what we're going to do is paint in here black. That really makes the eye pop out, doesn't it? And then inside that black part, we need to do a white dot, which we'll do in just a second. So watch now when you're painting these tiny little details that you don't put your hand on the wet paint. So be very careful. Or you can always blast it with a hairdryer each time so it dries. But if you're careful like me, you'll be able to do it without doing that. Right. Yeah. So that's that part. Remember, I'm always clean my brush. Always keep your things nice and neat and tidy so you can use them again. And don't let paint dry in the acrylic paint dry in your paintbrush because you'll not be able to use it again. Now guys, look at that. Super cool. I'm going to get a tiny pointy brush now for a white dot. Ta-da! Look at that! And I'm going to do a little Halloween kind of stitches along here. So I'm going to get black like this. I'm going to give him a few stitches. And if you want a real fine line, water down a little bit with water, your paint. And we're going to do stitches. Super cool! So there you go, guys. There is your very, very simple and easy pumpkin. Well, guys, I'm going to go now. Enjoy making your own funny character pumpkins. I'm going to paint this one on my own time. And happy Halloween!